I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
And now, two pigeons who can't believe how good humans have it with DirecTV.
These humans are hopping from streaming apps to live sports without batting a wing.
All from the DirecTV home screen.
With just one click, you could be watching a baseball game, a movie on Netflix,
Or a critically acclaimed documentary.
You watch documentaries?
I love the ones that leave you with a question.
What?
Exactly.
DirecTV, a better way to watch whatever you want to watch. Visit DirecTV.com. Internet connected Gemini device, separate Netflix membership, and additional paid subscriptions required for third-party apps.
Yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh. Good conversations with good people. Yeah.
Yo, this your boy Larry, and I'm chilling and vibing with entrepreneur, singer, rapper, a little bit of everything. Miss Lady
Hey,
Blasian,
Lady Blasian.
what's going on?
Just chilling and vibing.
I know that, right?
Yes.
So, Lady Blasian, where you from?
I'm originally from the Bay Area, California, and then I live in LA right now.
So, how long have you been in LA?
I've been in LA for since about September. I've been in September.
Like, how was that transition? Moving from the Bay Area to the big city of LA where all the stars are born.
Yeah. So, I actually moved to Southern California. I went to Palm Springs first, and then I came out to LA, just trying to get my mind right, try to get out the Bay, branch out, spread my wings. And, I eventually decided I wanted to be sober. So, working on my sobriety journey, and God blessed me with the right connections. And now I'm starting to make music. So, it was the right thing for me to do.
So, what made you want to start that journey? Was it like something you went through, something you experienced?
What had happened was I was just going through a really tough time in my life, that party scene and stuff like that, it'll get you caught up real quick. And the thing about it is it's really glorified on like social media or a lot of people like my age. And the way that it tore up my mind, it made me have a really bad lack of self-worth. I was in a lot of bad relationships, and I had to give myself some peace of mind, my family some peace of mind. And, the only way to do that was to get out the Bay. So, just that's what I had to do.
So, like, you're a rapper and a singer. Which one started first?
I've been singing first. So I started singing when I was in fourth grade. So it was funny. I used to always watch like High School Musical and stuff like that. And I went to a new school and they had like a little theater club. And then so I nobody knew me, but I wanted this part. It was actually the musical Annie. So I went to my little, back in the day when you have your little computer room and stuff like that, I went in there and I just practiced and practiced and practiced. And when I got to audition and stuff like that, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, she sounds just like Annie." And I've been singing ever since. And to add to that, like there was a talent show at my school, and I went up there and sang by myself in front of the whole school. And that is a significant moment for me, because my dad actually was crying. He was proud of me. And I'll never forget that. But yeah, I started at about fourth grade. And yeah, I've been singing for years. And the rapping came along because I started writing for these little challenges on Twitter when I was in high school. And I would make this. There was this one called the 10 Toe.
Hear that? It's SpringFest savings calling your name, only at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a Select Ego trimmer, blower, or mower. Plus, get your choice of any 2 bags of Miracle-Gro organic soil mix for only $16. Shop these can't-miss deals in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/2. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Hawaii.
Challenge. And I just kind of like put it out there, and I don't know, it started getting kind of popular on Twitter, and so I was rapping a lot on Twitter, but I was in a relationship that the individual didn't like me having social media, so I had to like delete everything. So I'm basically starting from scratch. But you know, God works in wondrous ways, and I'm sure that he'll put the necessary things to in my lap to succeed.
Growing up, who did you listen to, like singing wise?
Growing up, I really, of course, listened to a lot of Beyonce. She was my favorite. I remember I was in math class and I hate math, so I literally wrote every single Beyonce song that I knew on a paper, and then it was like this long. But yeah, I love Beyonce. I when I was in high school, I listened to a lot of Janae Aiko. And yeah, want to know? I actually got a lot of my inspiration for singing from Ariana Grande when I was younger, like back in the day, and I really wanted to copy her voice. I would like copy like what she was singing like and sing her songs, and then they really fit my voice and stuff like that. So I kind of got that's where I kind of got like the more like falsetto parts of my voice. And but yeah, like those 3 people is who I feel like I really tried to emulate throughout, like when I was younger trying to sing.
So how did you get the artist name Lady Blasian?
Yes. Okay. So I chose Lady Blasian because I am Black and Filipino. I had the Filipino flag right there. So I am Black and Filipina. And then I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I kind of rep my being. Like, you know, for a long time, I was ashamed of who I was, especially, you know, growing up as a African American girl in America. You know what I mean? It's like you live with a lot of self-hatred and a lot of like, you know, hurt around who you are, you know, how you look. Like I had people like, you know, bully me even from my own family, and I didn't like being Black, you know what I mean? And so once I came down to LA, my community welcomed me, like, you know, out here trying to get sober and stuff. My community welcomed me, and you know, that's where I've been flourishing and spreading my wings, was by the help of my own people. And, you know, the Filipino part has always been a part of me. Like, I've always been really close to my Filipino family. And, you know, for a long time, I wouldn't even really hang out with Black or Filipino people because I didn't want to accept who I was. I wanted to be a part of a different community. But now that I'm older and I'm realizing that I should be proud of my heritage, I really wanted to choose that to rep both, you know, being Black and Asian. And then I picked lady because, you know, I'm a lady. Like, you know, I didn't want to be Lil this or something. Like, you know, I wanted to be unique, but also something cute. And but just to make sure I remember that I'm a lady. Like, you know, I'm not one. That's one thing I don't want to be. I don't want to be one of those girls that has to, like, you know, be super sexualized and like doing too much. I want to be a good example for young women. So, you know, I'm a lady. There you go.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTESLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
Your song Magical, how did that
Mhm.
came about?
Yes, so it's actually really funny. I wrote that song in probably like 15 to 20 minutes. I was in traffic in LA, and actually, shout out to Juice, my friend's, my friend's boyfriend. She was a client of mine when I was doing nails. He sent me a bunch of like instrumentals, and he was just like, "Do what you want with them." And so while I was in traffic, I was just like kind of like searching through the instrumentals, and I found one. And then so while I'm in traffic, I'm just like, don't text and drive. But I'm over here like kind of like driving, and when it would stop, I'll be like, okay, like, this lyric I'm putting the lyric. And so yeah, I wrote it, and I just went to the studio the other day, and my engineer Marv, I just like, hey, like, like throw this on. I'm gonna just make a short little song, but it actually came out really good. So that's what I've been promoting right now.
I know you got a song also called Soul Ties. That
Yes.
song go deep. I like that one. So
Yes.
how did Soul Ties come about?
Yes, so I had actually wrote that for somebody. And it's kind of crazy because the person that I was with, we had like a really deep connection. But the thing about having a soul tie, if you look at spirituality, like you it's like you're connected to someone and you kind of can't get away from them, and your mind always romanticizes them. So, it's kind of like it's like an underlying meaning. It's kind of like a forbidden love. Like you love them so much, you want to do everything with them. You're gonna like, you guys are like attached at the hip, but it's also like I wanted to show that like, the amount of love, it's almost like addicting. You know what I mean? It's kind of like something that makes you feel whole with a person, which can kind of be unhealthy sometimes, I guess. But like when you have a soul tie with someone, it's because your two souls are connected in a way that makes your love intoxicating. So that's why it's like I chose to write that song.
I feel Soul Ties, it's not unhealthy if it's with the right person.
Yes,
Because,
definitely.
if y'all meant to be together, then, he gonna want to be with you, or you gonna want to be with him.
Yes, definitely. That was actually my first singing song that I actually wrote myself. So, I liked that because, I always would say like, "Oh, I can only write raps," you know. But then I don't know, like I heard an instrumental and I just wrote it and it just flowed out, like, and I feel like that was my spirit, putting my spirit into that, and writing that about that individual. Yeah.
Yeah, when you write songs that come from the heart and
Yes.
like people can feel it, like they can hear it in your voice, the pain, the hurt, the
Mhm.
soul tie, that's deep, man. And that's real lyrics. Like some people they be singing, but they don't got no meaning because they just singing it. But being that it come from the heart,
Yeah.
it got a meaning.
Yes. And that's the thing that I really want to do, like whether it comes to singing or rapping. I want to write all my own stuff. Like I don't really want to work with any writers or any producers. I mean, of course producers like when it comes to like music wise, but like when it comes to my lyrics, I want it to all be me. Because, it's my art, it's my therapy, it's the way that it's what God blessed me with is my communicating skills. I've always been like a writer, like creative writing, journaling, all that stuff. So I have like a really beautiful way of like portraying what I feel, and I want people to think more about what I'm saying rather than just the surface level. Because you can hear Soul Ties and it's just like, okay, it's like a cute love song, but if you like really look deep into what the meaning of a soul tie is, it's like, it's like you can maybe see like a part of yourself inside of my music. So that's what I really want to portray to people.
Who would be the dream collaboration?
Ooh. Dream collaboration. You want to know what? I would love to make a song with either SZA, of course, because I feel like our voices match, or I would love to do like a Hispanic artist like Mike Towers. He's one of my favorite artists in the world, or this other Latin artist named Dalex. He's one of my favorite artists in the world. I really love Hispanic music, and I was listening to them for a while, and I would love to make like a fusion, kind of like English and Spanish, or even me speaking Spanish because I speak a lot of Spanish. But I don't know. I love cultures. Like I love coming together, doing something different. But yeah.
Speaking of Spanish and different cultures, I saw you doing a lot of salsa.
Yes, actually, I did do bachata. So, bachata is a Dominican. Well, I mean, it's more than Dominican people, but it's very big in Dominican culture. So it was back when I used to go out and party a lot. I would listen to a lot of Hispanic music and stuff like that. And bachata is a very like sensual, like type of intimate dance, and the music is very I like the music because it's very romantic. It's very soothing, and when you see bachata dancers, it's really communication between bodies. So that's what I like about it, because when you're dancing bachata, it's more than just okay, like we're just dancing like to show off. It's more like like that connection between you and your partner.
Yeah.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And I also saw that you an artist. How did the drawing
Yeah,
start?
it's funny. I mean, I've always been doodling since I was a kid, but it was actually on a vacation that my parents and I took to the Virgin Islands. They were kind of off doing their own thing, so I was kind of in the Virgin Islands by myself, and I love the Virgin Islands. It's gorgeous, like white sand, blue skies, and I was just sitting there, and I was drawing the whole time, and I started getting kind of good at it. And I started drawing for a little bit. I stopped and then I picked it back up. So, eventually now that I'm making my music, I want to do all my own cover art and, make it how I like it. So I can express all my different types of art within my music. So it's not just music, it's artistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's dope. So like, that artwork gonna have an extra meaning because they gonna ask people gonna ask like who did the artwork? Me.
Yeah.
Who's on the song? Me. So dang, you doing everything, huh?
Yes, me. Lady Blasian,
Speaking
Lady
of
Blasian.
doing speaking of doing everything, I mean, you're also an entrepreneur. So how has
Yeah.
that journey been?
Yes. So, I started doing makeup artistry ever since I was 17 years old. Um, I had like a little makeup business, especially like, the girls for like prom or dances would come to me, and I was really booked. Like I was making so much money as like a 17-year-old. And I was doing that for a while. I worked for MAC Cosmetics for a while. I'd stopped, and then I went to college, but after I dropped out of college, I went to nail technician school. So I'm a licensed nail technician as well, nail technician, nail educator. I was teaching. I would go to Florida to like, do nails and just like a lot, like, I'm definitely a hustler. I'm definitely a businesswoman, but it's very fast paced, the beauty industry, so I like it, but sometimes it gets tiring because, like, when I'm doing my art, I like to be kind of peaceful and just be able to take my time and stuff. But when it's like, it's very demanding. So, I had my business and it was pretty booming, but back in the Bay, but I was working like 5 jobs before I came out here. Like, I was doing nails, brows, makeup. I was a nail teacher and I would do travel makeup artistry, and then I had a full-time job. So it was very taxing. So now that I've had the time in Southern California to just like regroup and reset, the hustle is still in me, but I'm just translating it in a different way that's a little bit more purposeful and more that I can have a balance in my life where I can like, I want to do my own nails. I want to do my own makeup. I really want to be like my own team. You know what I mean? And show that, like, that being an artist is something that you can express many different facets of creativity. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
So if somebody would want to listen to your music, how could they do that?
I'm going to be releasing on all platforms. So I will do Apple Music, Spotify. Definitely want to go on YouTube Music and start making YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I want to do like smaller videos on Instagram and TikTok and everything. So I'm gonna have it on all platforms, so they can find me there
The Lady Blasian?
under Lady Blasian.
What advice would you give, an upcoming artist, entrepreneur? What would you tell them?
I would say the biggest advice that I can give that's not one of the cliches.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with a Business Unlimited smartphone plan. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second internet plan with savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
It's like, oh, just put all your effort. You want to know that. Be careful where you put your energy, and be careful what you put in your body, because you have a higher purpose in whatever you're meant to do. So if at your core you know that you're supposed to do music or entrepreneurship or stuff like that, once you start giving in to vices and distractions and stuff like that, it's always going to be, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And you know what I mean? All we can control is today. So if you could do something, even something small for your craft, then I would say do that, even that small thing. Like, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. Like, okay, like either I have to make the most money now or I have to make the most money later. It really comes in increments. But what you have to do to be able to be on a constant growth path and working every day is like, you can't distract yourself with the way of the world. You know what I mean? Follow your spirit, especially when it comes to drugs and alcohol. It's never like a good bet. Some people can indulge in a little bit, but it's a really Russian roulette. I know I had problems with alcohol, and that made me push back on my dreams. It made me scared. It made me feel like, oh, I can't do this like this person, or it made me even rethink the way that I wanted to do it. Like, I really just, when I was drinking, I wanted to just be one of those girls that just shows my body and gets a bunch of likes, and then it's like easy ticket. Like, but it wouldn't have been meaningful to me. So be careful the way that you're putting things in your body, because your brain gets rewired every time that you either put something in your body or you put negative energy around you. So just always watch your mind, body, and spirit mostly.
Well, Lady Blasian, I appreciate you for coming to Chill and Vibe. But before we
Yes, sir.
go, let everybody know what we do.
We chilling and vibing.
Oh yeah, appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah.